right, it's 97.9 The Box. Your boy JQ for G and a Pimp. We is in this thing, man. And I got my brother in the building, man. It's first time in here with me. World famous songwriter, artist, singer, Grammy Award winner. I want y'all to welcome to the show, Leon Thomas in the building.
What's up?
Hey, man. So let's talk about it. Houston, sold out show.
Yes, sir.
Man, let's talk about the show, man.
It was amazing, man. You know, we packed it out over at the House of Blues, caught a vibe. Let me tell you, Houston has some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Yes, they do.
They came out looking amazing last night, and they was singing, too. Y'all can sing as well. We found out. I had a choir out there singing.
Hey, you know, I got them vocals, man.
Yeah, got them vocals, man. Y'all was really singing all the lyrics, man. I really appreciate y'all showing love.
Man, that's all you got a chance to go, even though we didn't win. I see you got a chance to go to the Texans game yesterday.
Well, the game started amazing.
Yes, you started the game. We was looking good.
I left before things went
and
south.
with luck. See, maybe you should stay and gave us some good luck.
I'm telling you, every time a team invites me, they usually win, but I got to stay for the whole game. I just had to make it for sound check, so I left early.
Man, so let me ask you a question. If you have a tremendously big fan base, but if a person is not all the way familiar with Leon Thomas, in less than 1 minute, run down your accolades where they'll be like, oh, that's you that do that.
Wow. Okay, cool. All right, less than 1 minute. So it'll start on Victorious, and then it'll go from working with Babyface to SZA to Drake, and now doing my own thing as an artist. And Snooze is a good song. You can look up for that in the Bible with Drake and Rick Ross. It's another one you can kind of use as a good barometer for what I do on the production end. But yeah, I'm definitely a multifaceted artist, actor.
Yeah, I like that. Multifaceted. I like that right there.
Yeah,
now, being from New York, being from Brooklyn, and now you currently reside in LA. Just to start back from your early beginnings, man, what were some of your musical influences? Definitely being from, New York.
Well, I got older parents, so I'm like big into 70s. So Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince. That was like just a big part of my childhood. My parents are also musicians too, so they definitely made sure that I was really rocking with the legends in music before I started exploring anything else.
Yeah. Hey, so making the transition, what age were you when you left New York and moved to the West Coast to LA?
So I moved to LA when I was 16 years old. That was to film the show Victorious on Nickelodeon, and then from there, I just ended up staying in L.A.
Man, how was that transition coming from the East Coast?
I
know it had to be a 360.
It was insane because, it's like on the East Coast, you had like light stints of gang culture. It really wasn't like that. When I came out to L.A., it was like I couldn't wear certain colors. It was this, it was that. So it was definitely a lot, but I definitely acclimated and figured it out.
Yeah.
And, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'll be able to do that when I come to CIK for the BET Awards. And one of my homeboys that's a DJ, I was in the store. I wanted to get a hat for the award, so I was finna get a Dodger hat, a red one. And so he was like, nah, don't get that one.
Yeah.
Don't get this one. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to wear no hat. He sends me this video that breaks down all of these sports he had that I didn't know.
All the different hats. But honestly, I'm from New York. I'm aware the Yankee fitted. Like, there's no, you're not taking my New York crown.
Yeah.
Like, I need that.
Man, I'm like, man, Leon Thomas in the building. Let me ask you, man, how did it feel when you won your Grammy?
It was such a good feeling, man. I mean, when I went to the Grammys, I thought, in the back of my head, we weren't going to win because she was nominated for so many different Grammys that night. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, there's no way they're going to give us this one. She's probably going to get these other ones. So I didn't invite my mama. So I'm sitting there next to one of my homies, bro, like chilling. I'm thinking I'm just kind of kicking it. And then they said we won. I was like, what? So like my boys watching me cry, real tears. I'm like, damn.
Hey, that's a big moment, man.
No, it was such a big moment, man.
That song's amazing. SZA Snooze, that song, you never got burnt out on it.
Man, it just went 8 times platinum. It's like the biggest record I've ever been a part of, man. And shout out to SZA for writing an amazing song and letting us make a really cool beat under it.
Man, so you play a lot of instruments and everything, man. What was the first one that you learned how to play, and how did that happen?
I learned how to play drums pretty early. My mom, she was in a world beat band called Mama Tongue. And I would just play a lot of percussion, and then I kind of grew into an obsession for drums, and I started playing drum set around like 5 and 6 years old.
Man, I love that, man. I love that right there, man. And then also you play a couple of more instruments.
Yeah. I play guitar, bass. Piano, keys, and sax.
You hear this in this music. You hear this in this music,
so
man.
I'm definitely, making sure I stay grounded in like just the musicality aspect of it all. I want to really bring live instrumentation into what I do as an artist. Yeah. And I'm not going to be unapologetic about that. I mean, I know how to, work around some trap drums because, I'm doing my thing in hip hop. Big Sean and, a bunch of guys, you know what I'm saying?
You
Drake,
staying
Ty
balanced.
Dolla $ign, but, when it comes to my own stuff, like I just like expect for, some live drums to come through, electric guitars, bass, all that.
Man, what song that of your own that you've recorded that you feel like is your greatest body of work that you have an emotionally connection to?
Honestly, this new album that I just put out, Mutt, is like really special to my heart because I worked very hard to show all the different aspects of who I am as a musician and even as a person. I really feel like I put my soul into it, and it's so cool to see people show love right now. Yeah, it's my first time seeing a #1 next to anything I was doing as an artist. So I was like, okay, to
I got
see
something
that,
here.
to see that lets me know that we have something special, and me being vulnerable and just honest about my art is like turning into a real community.
How hard would it be to be vulnerable on the project?
It's really tough because I mean, you're trying to, you want to be successful, you want to make hits, but at the other side of it, I think the vulnerable aspect is just being true to who I am and not really like compromising to get a little bit further, Yeah. Messing with the alternative themes I mess with, live instrumentation, and even the effects on my vocals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gamble. So I'm glad people are letting me do my thing and just, be creative.
Man, how'd you come up with the title Mutt?
I came up with the title Mutt. My ex got me a dog, and he's a mutt. And, he's not really trained because I'm so busy, bro.
Yeah.
So, the guy's running around the house messing around. My cat slaps him, man. And he had this face that reminds me of me when I'm, like, in a relationship. Yeah, and I'm doing the wrong thing, like, if I'm, like, cheating or something, and I got that face. It just kind of reminded me of myself. I said, you know what? This is a great way to explain, somebody with good intentions who doesn't always do the right thing. And I see how, dogs have been used with like Elvis, Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Even Drake has used it recently. I think it was a really smart way to just tell a story. Yeah, man. Tell a story, but that element of control in relationships is something that's talked about in many podcasts and interviews. So I think it needed a soundtrack, and this album is that. Man,
my brother Leon Thomas in the building. Speaking of Drake, you've worked with everybody. You worked with Drake. You worked with SZA, the TDE family, and everything. And it's so many. It's a division in the hip hop industry right now. Division, this side, that side. You've gotten the chance to work with all the sides. How do you maintain to not be in the midst of it or choosing sides?
I am Switzerland. I am white flag. I'm chilling right now. Like, honestly, a lot of it's over my head. They're way more successful than me, but I've got respect for everybody. Yeah. And, I'm just really hoping that at some point as a community, we can come back together again and continue to collaborate, man. Yeah. That's when we're most powerful. Yeah. But at this point, I'm going to let, all the big dogs
do their things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need me to do something for you? I got you. I ain't hear nothing.
And I'm working on my own stuff right now. So I really just, really head down, staying focused. I'm doing these shows, man. And selling things out is a really big part of building my ability to do festivals next year. Yes. Really tap in. So I got a long road ahead of me of like really pouring into my own cup. Yes. And that's a beautiful thing.
Man, one thing that I definitely love about you, and you just did this less than 24 hours, you send a message out to your fans thanking them for the love, and you stay engaged with your fans. I really love that, man.
Sure.
That keeps, sometimes people forget how something as small as that means in a big way to the fans, talking to them about how grateful you are for their support.
For sure. I mean, like, I realized that because I've been in this so long, I mean, if you really count from the beginning of my career till now, that's 21 active years in the industry, and I'm 31, man. Yeah. My whole life has been an interaction with fans, and I realize how important they are. And really staying engaged is so important, especially during this age of TikTok and social media. Yeah. And, I'm still finding my voice on there, but I'm really excited to continue to build that story, man. I think it's going to be the thing that creates this community that's really going to follow me. You know, working with J. Cole was a great example of just seeing how somebody can have an active community that rides for him. You know what I'm saying? They really stand up for him, you know, when things get tough. So that's what I'm trying to build, you know?
Man, I like to ask artists this. Is it anybody, if you could have a dream feature that complements your style and you know it'll be a great body of work, who would that person be?
So I really, really want to work with Frank Ocean. I feel like we can make something amazing.
Ooh,
and I also want to work with Beyonce. I think we could do something really special for R&B that's, you know, I look at her brand as something that's always evolving and changing, and I think I could really be a cool asset to whatever she needs.
I see that.
Whether it be, like,
B.
production, songwriting.
Come on, B.
Even if we collaborate as two artists, I think down the road, I'm really looking forward to that one day.
Man, how do you go about when someone wants to work with you? Is it a certain criteria that they need if they need your help with a project, or they want your talent on the record with them? Is it something that you?
Well, like, you know, Quincy Jones said it best, and he said you got to chase chills. So for me, like, obviously it's always great to work with everybody, but I'm also chasing chills in every session, you know? Like, I want to make sure, like, this is something that really affects me, that makes me feel something, you know? Yeah. And if I don't have that, it's nothing personal. It's just like I'm on a mission, you know? Man, I love it.
I love it. What's the craziest thing a female has done to get your attention?
Ah, man.
Hey, we don't put.
You know, recently I was at a show and a girl, she took her bra off and she threw it on up there. You right?
Wow.
Yeah, that
so
was.
she was sitting
that
there.
was
She was in the crowd with the things out.
She said, it's like, look. I said, oh.
That's when you know you made it. When you get the bra, the panties, you in there like swimwear, baby. Let me tell you something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like when they throw that at you, you good. You gonna have a lustrous career for a long time.
I like that. Yeah.
I've been to some shows. I ain't seen nothing get thrown and no. So that right there, that means you're in another wavelength. You're in another alternate universe. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, you know, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. But that was quite interesting.
Man,
that was a new one for me, you know.
Man, I'm loving it right there, man. Leon Thomas in the building, man. As we go into the future, man, I know music, you really doing that. Any movie projects, shows on the horizon, like, just focusing on it?
It's interesting because I'm in just a phase right now. I'm so focused on what I'm building as an artist, and I know what we're building is really special, so I just want to get my touring business right. Yeah. So I'm trying to go out to Europe. I'm trying to go see, you know, my brothers and sisters in South America. I'm trying to go see just as much of the world as I can through my music, specifically with this project, and more music as I continue to drop it. And then I'll feel comfortable stepping back into TV and film, because it's really time consuming. Man. And if I go back, just know I'm trying to knock something out, you know. Box office hit. Box office hit. Like, I gotta come back right, you know.
Man, when you're not doing music, man, and I know that's a big love of yours, outside of that, what do you like to do for yourself that's kind of like your woosah, you know, that you like to get in the middle? I know some people like to binge watch movies. Some people like to do this gaming. What's your thing?
I'm big into binge watching movies. I mean, even while I'm making music, I'll always have a movie on silent in the background. Yeah. You know, and for me, I'm like really getting deep into cinema, even into like old films from the 30s, all the way up, like silent films and stuff. I know it sounds crazy,
no,
but,
actually,
but
I wish more people would look at that.
Films, like if you look at like the history of movies and what it's become, I mean, there's plenty of art to watch, man, and that's like one of my favorite things to do when I'm home. But outside of that, you know, I'm big into hiking too. I like to go up to Runyon Canyon. Oh yeah. You know, really keep the body right, keep the breath work right.
Yeah, keep the breath work on stage. Yes.
Too, but it's also nice once you get up at the top of the hill, you can really see this, you know, skyline. You know, it's like real beautiful. You know, I'm definitely a hippie at heart, so you know, we meditating, yoga, all that. Yeah.
Hey man, doing the big thing, man. Well, you doing your thing, brother. Hey man, I'm proud, man. It's an honor to have you in here, man. Anytime you're in the city, man, you know, let me know, man. We go on the tour, we make it do what it do. Put you in some of the places, man. Hey man, for the people that may not already be following, man, let them know where they can catch you at on social media.
Yo, so you can follow me at Leon Thomas on all social media sites, and I also got some merch on leonthomas.com. Go pick yourself up a hoodie. Let's get it. get it.
Man, and make sure y'all pick up Mutt, man. Make sure y'all pick up Mutt.
Yeah,
Mutt is
Mutt,
going
the new
down.
album. It's out right now. Stream
Yes.
that. Stream that.
It's going down, baby, right here on 97.9 The Box.
Let's go.